take all the oil, when you go to drilling, you finna start having earthquakes and all that. And the earth is that ground is gonna crumble. You know what I mean? So your body need them oils as well, man. You need certain oils in your body, man. There's certain fats that have foods, they call them fats, they have oils in them. You need that in your body. Okay, that's it on that. Go ahead.
And bread would strengthen men's heart.
And bread would strengthen your heart, man. Okay. Now you could go say bread would strengthen the heart, which you go into it, you can say that's your mind, and the bread being the word to strengthen your mind. Okay, you need that word as well. Go ahead, what you got in Servants 38?
There's the book of Servants, chapter 38, verse 1. And it reads, honor a physician with the honor due unto him.
Honor him for his services that he do, right? You got to honor a physician, man. Hold Job 13. Go ahead.
For the best which he may have of him, for the Lord hath created him.
So the Lord created the physician. He, like you say, he gives certain men skills, which is skills going into discernment to know what herbs to put together, you know, because this might be certain herbs you can put together. You be like, man, I'm gonna take this herb, take this herb. Them two herbs might not chemically have the right chemical reaction in your belly, man. You get sick.
Done.
You know? Because I remember I used to wake up in the morning, get some honey, do garlic right off the top. Boom. And man, I had chopped up some garlic one morning, took some honey, man. I was so sick, man. I didn't know what to do. But you know, it's like, once I started grabbing like some flatbread, and I eat the bread, and then do the honey with the bread, then I didn't get it sick. But like, I was straight taking on the empty stomach, man. That garlic was popping, man. I was like, man, I got sick. Go ahead.
For the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king.
He's going to receive a reward from the king, man. Okay? Who is the ultimate king? How about Shabbat Shalom, man? Yeah, and if you're a physician in the world, the king is the head. If you one of them people who know how to heal, then you always will be looked at in basically esteemed in a high regard. Just like the shamans. You go to them shamans, they always like the shaman get more clout than the king. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
The skill of the physician shall lift up his head.
See, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, meaning what? You'll be distinguished among your peers, man. Right? Like I said, a shaman sometimes he get more clout than the king, man. Because he can heal. King gets sick, who gonna heal the king? You gotta call it the physician. Right? Or the apothecary was called in the scripture. Go ahead.
And in the sight of great men, he shall be in admiration.
He be admiration, meaning you'll be admired. Man, that brother right there, man, he sure know how to, hey man, I had a cough, man, that brother got me over there and mixed some stuff up. I drunk it, I left that rib, I was good, man. That brother know what he's talking about with them herbs now. Every time one of the little kids get sick, Jake be like, man, can you make me up a potion, man, where I can drink every day? Then boom, your phone will be ringing off the hook, man. You know, go ahead.
The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor him.
So you want to abhor him, right? If you got any sense, right, you will know, okay, I better do that, because the brother just read in Genesis, the first chapter. And then he read in Psalms 104. That's for medicine, bro, for men. So you got any sense, you'll be trying to figure out, hey, what I need to, shit, man, I'm always having these headaches, I gotta take something, you know. But herbs too, when you take herbs, they not gonna work right away either. You gotta, that's a regimen, that's a life regimen. They might not start taking effect in 3 weeks after you start taking them. You might be like, man, I ain't taking this shit, it ain't working. You gotta keep taking it. Herbs don't work like Esau's medicine. Esau medicine give you that fast fix right away. Then your ass right back hurting, and then it give you a worse effect. That's how Esau medicine is, that quick fix. You paying for a quick fix. It's like it's like they dealing heroin or something. You know how junkie is. He want the quick fix. I need a high right now. I want to hit this vein, man. I need to nod in about 2 minutes. That's how a junkie is. Esau got them white pills, man. He got them white pills for you. shoot, he shaking them all like Eminem. Had 2 for 5 over here. I'm telling you.
One time, nigga.
Got him. He got him. He's shaking them up, throwing them in his mouth like peanuts. So yeah, Esau, man. Matter of fact, read what you got on Job. Check this out. This is Esau.
This is Job 14:4.
13.
13. Oh, God. It's like 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies.
He's a forger of lies. Okay, so when you see a guy that calls himself a doctor, when you go into that word doctor, it goes into falsify. So when you go to the hospital, a doctor will lie to your ass in your face. He'll tell you a fast ass lie, and you sit there and believe it. You on your way to a damn slow death. He'll tell you a fast lie to get you a slow death, man. Cause he trying to get you on them pills and drag your ass out. And don't be on no Medicaid A and all that. Or the government paying for it. They showed up for to get you in there. Cause they know that's a long buck right there. They keep you in there, man, as long as they can, and they'll hold you on and shit till they can't no more, man. That's how they do. So they forge the lies, man. You know, Esau is not a doctor. Is not a doctor is not a what you call him, a health. He's not a herbalist or a health person. He's just a doctor that do diagnosis, and he know what to prescribe you, and he not even a damn pharmacist.
He ain't the person that work on you either.
Yeah, he ain't even a surgeon. That was just something else.
Like a police officer, not heroes, they just responders.
Yeah, that's all a doctor is. I'm that middleman. The nurse do all the little dirty work, and then he come in, and he the one come in and lie to you. The forger of lies, man. Go ahead.
Ye are all physicians of value.
No value.
Of no value.
Okay, now it says no value. I'm gonna look up the word value. Let's see what that word means. The word value, okay? Now that word value is Job 13:4. The word value is Hebrew 4:5-7. The Hebrew word is Allah, of not good for nothing, worthless, of physician, a shepherd, of divination, of false gods. Strong's definition: vanity, an idol, no value, thing of naught. See, it says a physician, a shepherd, a divination. So them doctors are like witches, man. Okay? They like witches.
Witchcraft, that's all it is.
That's all that shit is witchcraft. And they live off the dying people. They need you to be sick in order for them to make money. I remember years ago they was talking about the healthcare industry is gonna be $1 billion industry. That was like 30 years ago. And we was like $1 billion industry. But Esau them jumped in there and they bought stocks and all these different medical fields and different instruments and all this. And now everybody is sick. They gotta keep a virus going. They gotta keep people sick because if you ain't sick, if you well, they don't make no money. See? So they try to keep you sick. They forge the lies in a position with no value, man.
Or they give you another problem.
Yeah, give you another problem. They know, like, when you have high blood, right? When you have high blood, they gonna give you them water pills. Once they give you them water pills, they finna give you that cholesterol. So what that the cholesterol pills gonna do is lower your CoQ10 enzymes. You're gonna start having what they call heart failure. Or you're gonna gather heart disease. Okay. Man, that's what they do. Read that again. Job.
This is Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value.
Now the word value, you go into the word value. The word value is to regard that something is held to deserve the importance of worth or usefulness of something. That's value. Okay, like gold and silver. it has value, right? You can't basically, it takes this amount of heat to melt it, but it's still gonna be gold. When it dries, it's still gonna be gold. It's a resource, okay? The dollar, the FRN, has no value because it's a paper. It's made on a machine. You can set fire to it and it'll easily be burned. Okay? A person's principles or standards of behavior, right? So the doctor is easily falsifying his principles of behavior and standards are not there if he's telling you lies, okay? All right? It's not there. So he's a position with no value, right? His standards and principles of behavior are not there. It's gone. Once he take that oath to be a doctor, man. I don't know what they do when they get him in the room, whatever they do to him. Because when you have a good doctor, guess what? He ain't no doctor for long. When you have one that really telling you what it is, then he tell you something like how to, he might tell you how to cure something. Hey, you know, you can get this herb or whatever. Once you do that and you tell it and then get around, he ain't gonna be no doctor then. You know, he going against the creed. He's supposed to keep people on that medicine where they can keep making their money. All right? Go back to Sirach Babakashah. Give me 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, in verse 5. And it reads, was not the water made sweet with wood?
Was not the water made sweet with wood? You know what they talking about right there? When Moses had the 12 tribes, when they went and they gave to the waters of Meribah, which means bitter. The water was basically like poison. And the Lord had Moses stick a certain tree in that water that soaked up all the poison. And man, the Most High got he got certain elements out here. Matter of fact, let me try to read that again. I'm gonna try to find that. This is start at verse 3 again.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, in verse 3. And it reads, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of a great man he shall be in admiration. Verse 4, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
He said created the medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not what?
Abhor them.
So if you got any sense, you're not going to abhor them. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and he hath given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous works. Verse 7, with such doeth he heal men and taketh away their pains. Of such doeth the verse 8, of such doeth the apothecary make.
Apothecary, that's the one who deals with the herbs, sell and make herbs.
Apothecary make a confection and of his works.
And you pass the part where it talk about the waters.
You go back.
The waters, put the tree in the water.
Verse 4, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 4. And it reads, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Was not the water made sweet with wood?
It says, not the waters made sweet with wood. So I'm going to read you what it's talking about. Because like it was talking about Moses, the Meribah, that's the waters of Meribah, right? And it says, this is Numbers 20 and 13, starting 7. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, take the rod and gather thy assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye upon the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth its water, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock, so that thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. And Moses took the rod from before the Lord Yahweh as he commanded him, and Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock and said unto them, hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of the rock? Right? Because they kept complaining all the time. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and the waters came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their breasts and their beasts also. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land whither I have given them. So when he done that, that's what the Lord was like, you know what, they ain't gonna make it in the promised land. Because who made it in there? Y'all know? Caleb and Jacob. Caleb and Joshua. You go back, Joshua and Caleb was the only two made it. The Lord, all them that came out of Israel, all them old people that basically came out, they all died. Even Moses, because he wasn't supposed to do that. He wasn't supposed to strike the rock. He's supposed to let him have faith in what the Lord had to do. So he took him and struck the rock. That's why he didn't make it over. So Caleb and Jacob basically took like I think the kids of all those people over. They didn't make it. Their whole generation, they didn't get the chance to see the promised land. They all died. The Lord killed them. So the Lord told them.
He killed some of them in the wilderness too.
Yeah, they was dying. He said right then, he said, ain't none of these people gonna make it to the promised land.
So it took Moses too.
Took Moses out too. That's why Moses died. Moses got there and saw it, but he died right there. He didn't make it over. See, he died. He didn't make it over to the promised land. It's like he got to the, it's just say like you get to the border. Like you gotta go from North Little Rock to Little Rock. You get to the bridge, you just gotta cross the bridge and you die right there. Basically, you know, it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, he says, because ye believe me not to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given you, which is the land of Canaan. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strove with the Lord as he was sanctified in them. So Meribah goes into strife and contention. It says the name of the water supply of Kadesh on the southern border, the promised land. The people also murmured here against Most High Yahweh. Okay. So when you see that it said even the tree and the water, the Lord got certain trees, and he took the bitterness out of that water. Okay. That's cold, man. You ever notice, like you take a tree like that, see that cedar tree right there? You could cut them branches off, and you can go to a pond, and you throw that cedar tree in that water, and go fishing there 3 days later. All the fish will congregate to that, around that cedar. Something in there, draw them in there. And they'll hatch eggs in them cedar pines, because see how tight they are? They'll hatch eggs in there and everything. Cut down 2 or 3 of them branches, just throw them in the pond, and come back fish 3 days later. Man, you'll be catching all kind of fish, you know? So the Lord got certain, and he said the herbs, man, for our medicine. So the Lord got certain things, man. He's so cold the way he has certain things. Everything in this planet has its purpose, man. Okay? It has its purpose, you know? All the way to certain animals, man. Insects, they had a certain purpose in the plant, you know? You go killing spiders and shit, then you gonna have a lot of flies around your house. I mean, that's what it is. You see a possum running around, you kill the possum, then you're gonna have ticks. The possum eat ticks. So even though you don't like seeing that big ass rat, but that's what he do.
He ain't scared.
Nah, he not scared, but he eat ticks. So you let him roam around, he'll eat the ticks when the springtime comes. Okay? That's what it is, man. You got a cat to keep the rats away.
I'm gonna tell you, I threw a rock at a raccoon because I got scared. Motherfucker got hit in the head. He just looked at me. I said, I'm not messing with him.
Cause that raccoon get upside your head, boy. It's gonna be some shit. You ain't not he gonna rip your damn face off.
Tell him the story. Yeah, man, motherfucker throw the rock at me, man.
Yeah, he gonna rip your face off. Go ahead, what you got?
In the book of Sirach, chapter 38, in verse 4, and I'm in verse 5, and it reads, was not the water made sweet with wood, that the best virtue thereof might be known? Verse 6, And he that giveth men skill, that he might be
skill, discernment of these herbs